Alright, I wanted to return here one more time to this floor planning because I recognize I didn't show any other kitchen but this one here. This is largely shown throughout the plan with the exception of various alterations here at these cabinets. So, but you may have had something entirely different in mind when you began the project and had that framed up, particularly with that. I'm not sure why that wall is, this wall is here. I have it moved down there. But in any case, I've been showing the kitchen like this through all these plans, and I wanted to at least show, in case you had something else in mind, I wanted to at least show, an alternative to that. And so here I've taken out the island since you're bringing your own rolling island. I've kind of put that in there, but I've moved the range over to here now, the whole range, the cooking bank or whatever, over to here. And so you can decide if that is actually the kind of kitchen you had in mind rather than this. I kind of like it probably better if you could get by without that, without all these pantry and broom and utility cabinets, which you probably can. So there's that, moving the range over here, and then, and then if you want to take that any further, if you did want that space down in the living room, and that's why that wall is up here some more. I haven't put it right in the center again, but if we move it up to the extreme, and this is why this kitchen decision is important, because depending upon what we do in this region, that window is going to shift back and forth, and they need the final dimensions for its location as soon as possible. So you can see now this becomes a very small kitchen. I mean, a much smaller kitchen than what we had been showing. So we were here with the range up here, and get rid of all these cabinets, move the range over there, and next it goes super small, or a lot smaller anyway, lose this 3 feet down here, and readjust the window, etc. And whether or not you use that space now for a regular pantry with standard doors on it, so you don't have to, you're not into those more expensive pantry cabinets, or you could go something like this. So those are, I think there might be, no, that's it. So the kitchen, in addition to any of the other floor plans that you have to decide where you want the laundry, the bath, whether you want your bedroom enlarged, you have to decide on which of these kitchens you want. Keep in mind, I don't think that this modified kitchen is probably not going to work in any of the plans where this hall moves down to here or the entry down here. It might, but you tell me if this is something you're really looking at, but you like a floor plan where the hall is down here, then perhaps this whole bank can move up. I don't know. I would have to look at that. But in any case, if you can let us know on your kitchen preference, and we can make the development from there. There's another section with a couple of the other things that I talked about that need your input. First though, we'll take a quick look at these kitchen alternatives with the plan zoomed out for the whole floor plan, whole first floor plan. And this was the kitchen that we've been showing through all the earlier film. And then this is the alternative, one of the first alternatives, moving that range over to here. You just have to decide how you want to be in that kitchen. When I move that over, you can see I managed to make the dining room door a little wider. I didn't make any kind of consideration with opening that space completely up between these rooms. There's probably space to do that. You would lose more of the kitchen still, lose this whole bank of cabinets here if you wanted this completely open through here. And then it's, if the range is over there, do we want this wall down here, or do we want to really bring it all the way up there? Maybe there's like a chair and a little table at this corner, I don't know. But the location of this wall impacts really the location of this window, exactly where we put that. If the pantry's there, that sort of thing. Finally, and this is the final question, so you have to decide on the floor plan And by the floor plan, I mean, does the bedroom wall stay here? Is the hall, one of the floor plans labeled with these numbers? And then secondly, the kitchen, which of the kitchen plans you want to head toward. And finally, the last thing I wanted to mention, because they need these dimensions as soon as possible. One of the bedroom consideration is critical, because if you use one of these plans that has a door down here, these walls get reframed, and that dictates the location of this window here. But I want to talk about these front windows, or the windows in this room here. In earlier plans I had been showing this window down here some. I think it's probably best to push that up some to give you some wall space here. These are the gaps between the windows as they're kind of shown right now. This is the space between the casings. So you have to know how you think you're going to set up your furniture, if there's going to be a large TV in there, which wall that's going to go on, etc. Now, I experimented with moving these windows around. These little squares down here are the columns. I really don't want to put one of these windows directly behind a column. There's 5 of them, so we have less opportunity than we would if there were 4 to move these windows around. But you can see if I move this one all the way over, it's directly behind this column. I don't really care for that. And that is getting it out behind that column. That would be, I think that's a viable alternative if you wanted something like this. But finally, right now, I'm tempted to send this over. If you had no opinion, I'd be tempted to send this over. These 2 windows are spaced symmetrically off of this center column here, so there's some symmetry at the front porch, and it provides this sort of wall space. So let us know on that, particularly on the kitchen, because if that wall is going to move up, if anything's going to happen here, this window probably pretty much stay right where it's shown here regardless. But those kind of considerations, and just let us know. And I do apologize again if it's gotten too confusing. I'll send the document over with all the floor plans in one place, and you can just page through them maybe. Thanks.